Hi, I'm Adam Pritchard, Assistant Curator of Paleontology at the Virginia Museum of Natural History, bringing you another tale of ancient life. In this time of social and physical distancing, I'm bringing stories of natural history and the fossil record of Virginia and the whole world to your home from my home. Because I need to talk about this stuff, and thus far, my cats just don't seem to get that interested.
Vertebrate. Momo, vertebrate. No?
Today, I'm bringing you back to a time that is very special to me. It's, to me, the most interesting time in the entire history of the Earth. So this is before the time of Tyrannosaurus rex and Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Apatosaurus, Allosaurus, before the classic dinosaurs. Over 200 million years ago, the Triassic Period. Now, the Triassic saw the first dinosaurs, but at this point, they weren't really the major feature on the landscape. Instead, there were all kinds of strange reptiles with amazing variety of body shapes. Some walked on 2 legs, some on 4. Some flew and glided in the air. Others walked around on land. Others swam in the water. Some were covered in thick armor plates. Some had the strangest teeth you can imagine. Some had no teeth at all and had beaks. Some had claws as big as the rest of their arms. Some had claws on the ends of their tails. When new Triassic reptiles are discovered, they're so often so strange that a paleontologist reacts like this. No, it doesn't make any... No, I can't be... No, that's not right. Seriously, that's what we react like. And this is the story of one of those crazy Triassic reptile families, and one in which Virginia plays a big part. This is the tale of Tanytrachelos. Many groups of Triassic reptiles resemble modern-day lizards in their body shapes. Their legs are sprawled out to the side, and their body sways side to side as they walk. One of those groups of sprawling reptiles was the Tanytrophiids. I love these guys. I've studied them a lot over the past 10 years. In a lot of ways, they look like modern-day Komodo dragons, but with impressively long necks. They're so mysterious, too, and we keep learning about new places they lived and new adaptations they had. Some of them had pretty impressive necks and longer legs than they had arms, like the cat-sized Macrocnemus from Europe and China. There's even a new Tanystrophiid from Brazil described last week called Allosaurus, the first named from the southern continents of the world. The biggest and the weirdest of Tanystrophiids was Tanystropheus. This gigantic animal was as long as a U-Haul, almost 20 feet. Seriously, this animal should not exist. It is nuts. It has the longest neck of all of them. It is more than twice the length of the rest of the body. And it's not like that neck is some snaky, flexible thing that would allow the animal to put its head wherever it wanted. It's this huge, inflexible rod sticking out of the body. Scientists have been trying to figure out how this insane structure actually worked for over a century. Was it a fishing rod so the animal could grab prey from far from its body? Or a display structure to show off to other Tanystrophiids? Now, specimens of Tanystropheus have been found in Europe and China in sort of shoreline deposits, which led some scientists to think that they wouldn't even walk around on land, that they would only be in the water where gravity wasn't a big problem. But a relatively new paper by paleontologist Kirsten Formoso and a team of collaborators discovered that Tanystropheus-type neck bones can be found in the middle of continents, in North America, in Arizona, and New Mexico. So they might be doing some swimming there, but they certainly had to move around on land quite a bit. And I must admit, I got to help out with this paper, as did Virginia Tech professors Sterling Nesbitt and Michelle Stocker, and Petrified Forest National Park paleontologist Bill Parker. So Tanystropheus is an insane mystery, and it's the biggest of the Tanystrophiids. But the smallest is a Virginia native. I'd like you to meet Tanytrachelos. Now, Tanytrachelos is a Tanystrophiid with a more average neck, kind of like Macrocnemus, and I think it's adorable. I might be insane about that. Short snout, giant eyes, and most of the specimens we found are of animals that could swim comfortably in your bathroom sink. It's pretty small. And we have specimens of Tanytrachelos at the Virginia Museum of Natural History. More than any other Tanystrophiid in the world. More than just about any other reptile from the Triassic period. Hundreds and hundreds of specimens. And that's thanks to a fossil site called the Solite Quarry, south of Danville, right along the Virginia-North Carolina border. The Solite Quarry preserves ancient lake deposits with lots of different organisms. I actually have a slab of it right here. I killed the Dilophosaur! The Solite Quarry specimens preserve a lot of different kinds of organisms. This slab I have right here actually preserves the stem of an ancient fossil plant right here by my finger. It also preserves an amazing variety of ancient insects, shrimps, and some backboned animals, including hundreds of Tanytrachelos. Tanytrachelos has relatively simple, kind of peg-like teeth that probably would have been good for eating insects or small invertebrates, the kinds of things that we find at the Solite Quarry. And studying Tanytrachelos was actually really important for me discovering the Virginia Museum of Natural History. I was studying some mysterious backbones from a fossil site near Ghost Ranch, New Mexico, that were also over 200 million years old. And I had no idea what to do with them. I studied specimens in museum collections around the world to try and find something similar. And the best answers I found came from the Virginia Museum of Natural History. Driving from Maryland down to Martinsville, I actually bought the soundtrack from the first Hobbit movie and listened to dwarves singing about misty mountains while I was driving past the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was majestic. I spent the whole day opening museum cabinet after museum cabinet looking at the hundreds of Tanytrachelos. And slowly but surely, I realized that the specimens I had from New Mexico belonged to a Tanystrophiid, something that would have resembled like a giant version of Tanytrachelos. Still only about 4 or 5 feet long, but bigger than the ones we have in Virginia. And it's especially great to have people from around the world, including scientists, breaking new ground and understanding the history of the Earth and the citizens of Virginia and the planet, and learning about the treasures of ancient life. Or the tales of ancient life. Either one of those works. If you have a young scientist at home, here's an assignment for you. Check out this guide at this link to these other crazy Triassic reptiles that lived during the time of the earliest dinosaurs. For kindergarten through 2nd grade, pick the most interesting animal on the list and write a list of the features that make it interesting to you. For 3rd grade and up, a little more challenging, pick the most interesting animal on the list. And using those pictures and the text descriptions, and researching elsewhere on the internet with a adult or guardian that you trust, try and find the features that make that animal different from the other ones on the page. That's kind of features are the ones that scientists use to name a new animal in the fossil record. If you want to learn more about tales of living life in the great outdoors of our state of Virginia, tune in for a new video series on VMNH social media, Ben in Nature. In this series, our brilliant, formerly bearded, he's ready to wear a mask for coronavirus safety, and favorite administrator of science at the VMNH, Ben Williams, treks through the woods and fields of southwestern Virginia and shares the plants and beasts that he finds. With that, I'm Adam Pritchard of the Virginia Museum of Natural History, and I'll be back with you soon with more tales of ancient life.